Well, I am here with Marcus Lewis, otherwise known as RETNA, who is our designer for our incredible new AIDA, which is just literally loading in behind me on stage for a piano rehearsal tonight. And Marcus has joined us from LA, fresh from a drive just now. And we're thrilled to have you here, Marcus, and thrilled to be entering into this project with you. And I just wanted to begin by talking about canvases. You know, you have done work on so many different kinds of canvases beyond the traditional notion of canvas. You've painted on buildings, you've painted on cars, on planes, on tail fins. What's it like to have your work now on this big canvas of a stage?
Well, this one's, it's a lot different from all the others, and it's really exciting just to see the production, to see all the people that are involved. You know, a lot of the stuff that I paint, like on a canvas, it's me and myself, or the group is a lot more intimate. So this is a lot nicer to see all the different facets of all the different skills that all the artisans and the people involved kind of contribute. And this is my first time being a part of something on that scale, so it's really, really exciting.
Now, let's talk about language a little, how you write for your art. And of course, within your art, everything is language.
Correct.
And I wonder if you could talk a little bit about what that means and how you came to this notion of a language that is art.
They all say something, right? So when I started
Each of these symbols, like we see behind us,
exactly.
Each of those symbols is a word.
Right. It's a style of lettering that I've been developing probably over 20 plus years, right? When I started doing murals that encompassed writing, right? When, like, let's say the street art culture kind of took over from the graffiti aspect, right? And it became more about imagery and murals and whatnot. I chose to go into the mural faction of my work. And in that process, I started to write messages, right, that either coincided with the neighborhoods I was at or what I was internally feeling or whatnot, right? And so in that process, what I noticed was once I started to write a message, and it wasn't really all about myself and my name and my crew and it opened up a different kind of world for me. I was always inspired by music and whatnot, but for some odd reason, a lot of the words never really resonated until I started writing words. And what I had kind of came to this conclusion that we wouldn't know of the emperors or the pharaohs or, who was in power and what was going on in all these different, segments of life if it wasn't for the people that wrote it down. And so once I started thinking about that, then the work just kind of grew and I just feel like I'm a conduit for it. I'm happy to be able to be a part of it.
Well, and now you're getting commissioned to do that public art in a very official way almost. And are you able to keep the same spontaneity and creativity in that vein?
Things are different. There's different challenges, and sometimes there's a thrill that you get from the way I grew up doing it. I don't know if I would trade what I do on the street for doing something like this. This is actually pretty amazing,
Yeah.
But if that's what it took to inform, my history to be able to get here, then I'm grateful to everything.
Yeah. And to develop that language.
Yeah.
Now, talk about your childhood and how art came into your life.
I got into graffiti early on. Maybe I was about 8 years old. It's interesting to be like something I was doing so long ago. And it's like you're still on the right path. To see it later in something like this is like, okay, I was on the right track. What fascinates me is, like, when people see something, they just see the finished product.
Yeah.
They don't always see all the intricacies that kind of go into it, and I'm really fascinated by all the extensive labor and love and all the technicalities that actually take place.
So opening night, you're sitting down in the theater, the orchestra's tuned, the house goes dark, curtain rises. What do you think you're going to be feeling?
It's like a dream that comes true, right? That you've been working all your life to do something, to see it kind of come together in this theatrical experience. I've never experienced that, so I have yet to I have yet to. I think I'm going to be in awe, like I hope everybody else in the audience.
I know they're going to be. So it's
Yeah.
a privilege to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you for talking with us, and it's
Thank you for
exciting
having
to
me.
have a couple of days of rehearsal together.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, look forward to it.